Yo, this is for you. I am my number one fan. For you, this is for you. I am my number one fan. For you, yo, this is for you. I am my number one fan. For you, I am my number one fan. I'm trying to get you from here to there. I'm trying to show niggas it ain't fair. How I just came up, but you not there. Stuck in the same situation you been in. They got the plug, you got the sound. You not just a groupie that's hanging around. They got the stage, but you bring the lights. It's enough room at the top, we ain't gotta fight. I am my number one fan. I am that legend.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Reese.
It's Arnold.
And you're listening to the
NayborsPodcast.
And you can listen to us on
Spotify,
iHeartRadio,
Google Play,
iTunes,
YouTube,
and all them other things that's sitting out there.
or whatever you feel comfortable. If you want to just go over your friend's house and listen to us on that, listen to us on that.
Right. So, y'all, we have some more special guests with y'all. We are really celebrating this 6-month anniversary of ours.
Yeah, I mean, like, we always got somebody exclusive for somebody, you know?
Yeah, so these people are really special to me, though.
Well, everybody that's been on the show has been special to you.
Well, the first few people that we did interview,
Right.
they were your pastors, though, right?
They
were special to you.
They were.
You know.
But not as special as the people you brought.
Well, see, these people right here, they've actually watched my wife kind of grow up a little bit.
Did they?
Yeah, they did.
Oh.
And I've had the honor of having them sing at my wedding.
Get out.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah.
See, that we was just talking about that like 2 weeks ago. Every time we bring up something, it's something new that I learned about you.
Right.
Yeah.
And just so happened, even though they're in the studio with us today, their son was actually at my wedding too.
Was he?
Yeah, he was.
So he was a little guy.
No, he wasn't even out yet.
Oh. Oh. So he was riding in the sidecar.
Yeah, he was.
But as Reese said, y'all, we got a great show for you. We have some very special people here with us today.
Right.
And I guess, Reese, you can introduce them. Because
All right.
you know them a little more than I do.
So they are gospel artists.
Mm-hmm.
They have had their own magazine or been in magazines. Something they can explain that a little bit more.
Jet Magazine, Ebony?
Well, they'll discuss that. They'll discuss that. And then had their own TV show.
Okay.
They actually introduced me to Primerica.
Uh-huh.
So we were on the same squad together.
Good.
They just been real good people to myself and to my family.
Okay. That was a good introduction.
Yeah. So I would like to introduce to some and present to others. I don't know if I want to say Mr. and Mrs. or do I want to say who they are to me.
Well, who they
just
are?
Big, I mean, they just big brother and big sister.
Who they are to you,
okay.
And then they would tell who they are once they start talking.
Right. So I'm gonna introduce Big Bro and Big Sis.
There we go.
Hello, I'm Lisa.
No, you're not Lisa. I'm Lisa.
Yeah, okay, here we go. We're starting already.
You guys sound like us.
I'm Lisa. No, I'm DJ.
Yes, and I'm Lisa.
Yes, she is.
Lisa and DJ, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Glad to be here.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a little conversation off air that we wanted to hold off for our listeners, right? So it was as we were going through the pre-production stuff or whatever before we turned on the record button. They want to tell us.
Let me set the setting real quick.
Okay.
First.
Okay, set it.
So, as I just met Lisa and DJ tonight, I'm like, to me, I'm in awe because of everything that I've learned about them, what Reese has told me, and then as Lisa was telling me the story about the first time she was on TV,
right?
And it surprised me, so I was like, hold up,
wait a
minute.
minute. But that I don't know if that was actually her first time on TV because
it wasn't. It's just the first time that happened. Okay, all right.
Yes.
I mean, because these two powerhouses been on some gospel
Exactly.
recording albums and they professionals.
Okay. So as she was telling the story, I suggested that we wait,
Right.
and let our fans. Well, I don't like to call people our fans,
They're
or
our
followers. They're our neighbors,
Right.
Yes.
Everybody's our neighbors. We all belong to the same community, and we're trying to grow our community.
I like that.
So I'm gonna allow Lisa to finish telling the story, and let you guys listen and see how it is. And I'm sure that DJ is going to chime in.
You know he is.
Right.
Well, what had happened was...
I was going to start off like that. What had happened was, first of all, we want to thank you for allowing us to be here today.
Right.
Yeah.
And hanging out with everybody. And, you know, Maurice is our little brother. You know, there used to be a song, we go a long way back.
Right.
We go a long way back.
Go a long way back.
See, I knew he was going to sing it for me.
Right.
Okay, there you go. Sing it now. So, the show. What had happened was...
Okay.
Wow.
I actually had been a guest on a TV show. Our producer at the time, the Tim Quall Show, maybe 2 or 3 times. And I was engaging on the show, and we would cut up on the show. And we had a magazine, and it was called Vision Magazine. Okay. And it was to empower, inspire, and something else. Anywho. Motivate.
Educate.
Yes.
Appreciate.
That's why he's here. That's why he's here. You know what I mean? So what happened was he was like, listen, I want you to have a TV show. Come up with it, and was highlighting gospel artists. So it was called Gospel Live with DJ and Lisa.
Okay.
So he said, all righty, so this is the day we're going to record. I sat in front of him. I was at the table, and DJ and I, we were looking good. He said, girl, because that's what he called me, girl, there's going to be 1 million people watching you.
Dun, dun, dun.
I was like, Lord have mercy.
And wait, see, here's the thing, though. The fear was not disclosed in that moment when he said that. You know,
of course
I just
not.
figured it was business as usual.
Right.
You know, because here it is again. She had been on the show a number of times as a guest.
Right.
Never had a problem. Everything was, as my sister would say, fluffy.
Right.
Okay. So with everything being fluffy, I'm figuring, hey, this is going to be no problem here. Everything's going to be good.
Right.
We're going to be good to go, and life is going to push on.
Right.
Well, be that as it may, that was not the case.
Right.
Go ahead.
It wasn't the case. Well, I'm gonna tell you what happened. So he said 5, 4, 3, 2, and you know the countdown. And I said, welcome to Gospel Live with DJ and Lisa. He said, cut. He said, girl,
what's wrong?
He said, what's wrong? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm thinking, I didn't know at the time what was wrong. He said, if you want to be plastic like some of those other newscasters, you know, you can do it. He said, but that's not you. But what I found out was I didn't know what Lisa I wanted everybody to see. That's what it was. Should I show the church side, Lisa? Because, you know, I'm an elder at the church at that time. Should I show the Lisa that, you know, DJ's Lisa? Should I show? I didn't know what Lisa. So I was all messed up. So when that red light came on, my mind was like, I don't know. So bam, I shut down. So that's what happened. And it took me... You said about 3 shows?
It took about 3 shows to get past that, where she would be herself, where she could find the person that she was okay with in front of the camera.
Right.
And it was funny because, you know, he probably shut that down at least 2 or 3 times that day and was like, are you really okay? And she was like, she would say, yes, I'm okay.
I was okay. I'm okay.
But it was not, but she was not okay. That red light was like, it was like the atom bomb going off in Hiroshima, and the world ended right there.
But you should have seen DJ's face. DJ said, I know you can't see my face, but that head whipped around and looked at me like, what is wrong with you? And don't Google it, everybody. Please don't Google it.
That means do it.
We're not.
Exactly. That's exactly what
As soon as we're done, we're going to look at it.
You ain't going to find it. But if you look at those shows, DJ is like holding back the laughter because I was so plastic. I was afraid though. I really was.
That's really understandable because I had a similar incident with on the late night snack one time where we were recording and it caught me off guard. So I just froze and I was like, and I was similar to you. I'm always me. So I don't have to wear a hat. So I'm who I am. So either you're going to take me or you not. But it has shocked me because, like you said, we did the monotone when you had the counting from the computer and stuff. And then I'm watching it and I'm watching the little red thing going. I'm like, oh, what do I say?
Right.
What do I do? But you overcome that. You get past it.
You get past it. And I think, you know, with our experience, she has Because that, even though we've had that first experience being on TV with your own program, right? I think that's where the distinction was, because having been on a program where somebody else is kind of leading the dialogue, leading the conversation, is different than when you have to go in front of the camera for yourself. It's like the first time you go on stage, you know. So the first time I went on stage, after my military service, and because my stepmom was a playwright. So she wrote a play. I was in the play. First time I stepped on stage, it was nerve-wracking, but because of my experience before, I was able to overcome that. And just having come off of a tour where I happened to meet Luther Vandross in Detroit, right, in a hotel. And I asked him one question. I said, dude, what do you do when you get nervous on stage? He said, well, first thing you need to understand is that every time you step on stage, you will be nervous.
Of course.
He said the difference is that you learn how to channel that so that doesn't become a roadblock and prevent you from performing and doing what you need to do. You take that that nervous energy, and you turn that into your performance, and your performance becomes what it is. And I was like, and that thing always stuck in my mind, that's what you ought to do. And even though her and I talked about it for years and talked about when we got the opportunity to do it, it was like that whole thing went away. It was like,
wow.
Right, but I have to agree with you with the responsibility, because I was thinking, oh my gosh, in addition to what Lisa was I going to present, oh gosh, now the responsibility of we have to make this show work and getting viewers and guests. It was a lot, but after a while, they couldn't shut me up. It's like, oh my gosh, it's time out. Come on, Lisa. Come on, bring it in. So that was a great lesson, though. I just didn't realize that I struggled, though, with that whole fear thing. I think until that happened, I didn't.
Wow.
And people laugh like, oh my gosh, you? Because I'm out there, I'm talking. I tell my son, listen, I could talk to a rock. Hey, how you doing? I don't know that rock. I will talk to the rock. I will. But it was my whole journey of, and I, like you said, Arnold, I had to realize this is Lisa.
Right. That's it.
I'm hyper. I'm silly, and I love the Lord, and I'll just be who I am.
That's right.
So
I think that's one of our biggest challenges in life, is just being who we are.
Right.
Because as much as we would like to admit it, we don't walk in life without a mask on.
Right.
Okay. We typically run through different phases of life, and we wear different masks, almost like it's Halloween all the time. You go to work, you got on a mask for work. You come home, you got a mask for home. You go to play ball with your boys, you got another face on. And so knowing who you are and being consistent with that is the challenge that we have in life. And so how do we find our way through that so that the mask that we wear is the same mask every day? And I think that when we get to the point where that becomes our comfortability and we can operate in that place, then we can really be productive in terms of what we do for people and for the people that we work with and love.
He preaching, ain't he?
No. I'm glad. I like that, because me and Reese, we're on the same page when it comes to things like that, because we really try to be who we are, because it's not about it's just so much stuff that's in the world that everything is about imagery. So and you are correct, you do have to wear certain masks around certain individuals, but when you bring that this is who this person is, and they have to accept it or don't accept it, because they give that person an option. So now you have on this fake mask, and you're being this person that this other person thinks you are, and then when they meet the real you, it's like, oh, I didn't know they were like that.
And it can either be a high or a low, depending on the way that's interpreted.
Right.
So that's why I had to learn through a lot of hurdles and stuff that to wear just one mask.
And you know what I have to say, though. When you were talking, it just this idea came up that it's not even just the mask. We all have different sides.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I look at my life. Okay, I got a side, my family side. That's my private side. And then I have my business side. And then I have the different, the hats that I wear. But those are really who I am. Now, if I'm trying to conduct business, and I'm trying to conduct business like Maurice, that's a problem. Right. But if I'm conducting business the way I know I'm supposed to conduct business, that's my side. Right. You know, because for example, I'm not going to mention names, but I'm president